class today, we're going to have our block, and we're going to have the little block is underneath our backside. Now make sure when you get onto the block that your bum is over the top of it, so it's hanging off this end, your bum end very, very slightly, so that as you lie back towards the ground, it is really protecting that lower back. I want that lumbar back totally protected. It's going to feel as though you're on a little downhill slope and that you've got more weight has come towards your shoulders. Right, your arms are out and your palms are up. So, just lying here and just letting everything relax. Let the body get into the position where it's feeling, I quite like this. So this afternoon, I have got to do a talk to the WI, and I thought it'd be a really good idea to ask everybody on the class today, if I was somebody you have never met before, you've never been to a class, you don't understand what I do, and you've got this person coming to talk to you about posture alignment. I want you to just give me a short answer, and I'm going to come to every one of you and just see what you would give me as an answer to what I do. Why should you come and see me? Right, so to start with, knees are above your hips completely and your feet are just resting. I'm still going to be talking to you all and finding out how you're all feeling and things. So, Esther, how are you feeling? Esther, I can't hear a word.
I can't get on the block.
Okay, if you can't get on the block, don't worry. So Esther's had a really bad knee accident, and she's actually had surgery twice with it. And this is her first class after having surgery the second time. So if I talk to Esther a bit, it's only because I'm worrying about her. If you can't get on the block, Esther, don't worry. I can't see you getting on a horse if you can't get on this block. That's beside the point. Lorraine, how are you feeling this morning? Is Lorraine here? Might not be Lorraine. Can't see who it is. So she's evidently not here. Right, lying on your blocks, chaps. What I want you to do to start with is arms towards the ceiling with your palms touching each other. And you're just going to let those arms come out slowly towards the ground and back up again. So just slowly towards the ground and back up. Right, so W, dropping you in it. What would you like to hear from me?
What your postural alignment does. Well, you're all about function, and it's about strengthening important bits like the muscles around joints. And at some of the other classes you can go to, then you can cheat and you're not actually using the correct muscles, but you put us in positions where we can't cheat. So we're using the correct muscles to increase our alignment.
Fabulous. Brilliant one. Linda, what about you?
Well, I do a lot of sewing, so my neck and shoulders get quite stiff sometimes. So I would want to know how it would help me.
Okay, fabulous. Gay.
Well, I knew you'd do that. Stuck. Pass. I'm thinking.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. Let me see who else. Rebecca.
I think if, say, I was trying to explain it to my husband, he would say, do you do actual manipulation on the body, or is it through exercise, or what style of treatment are you providing to the client?
Okay.
And that would be through exercise, but whether you would be touching him, or what it would all entail.
Fabulous. So do I work like an osteopath, or yes. Whatever? Am I hands-on? Oh, I don't think people would like me being a hands-on person. I think they like me virtually on the end of a video.
Not unless you put that whip down, Caroline.
What about you, Naomi?
Well, and since a lot of you, not all, but a lot of your clients are older, what you can do to help maintain mobility in one's sunset years.
Brilliant.
To keep ourselves all at home for as long as possible.
Fabulous. Right, hands the other way round. So the backs of the hands are touching, and now you're coming out again. Jolie.
When I see photos of me, I'm always leaning to my left-hand side. How can I stop that?
Brilliant. Yep, that's fine. I can discuss things like that. Helen.
Hello. I would want to know what form your assessment would take at the beginning,
Right.
and whether there would be progression in what I did.
Brilliant. Joy.
I would want to know how this would impact my quality of life. Because I found for myself that I didn't have anything big going on when I started to see you as far as my body, but it's definitely impacted my quality of life in that I feel so much more strong and sure of my body.
Fabulous. Judy.
I'd want to know how postural alignment is different from other kinds of exercise modalities, or things like physical therapy, and what distinguishes it? Because there's so many different kinds of exercise and stuff.
That sounds good. Right, now I want you to put your hands like a cup. So you're cupping water and you're coming back over your head at 10 to 2. Julia.
Morning, everybody. Well, last week we talked about your deep six, and that still resonates with me, Caroline. And what are the deep six that you feel would benefit your WI members in terms of the wider picture? So for me, I had in mind the sort of the way that we have to get going in the day. It gives you self-discipline. You've got to get up, you're ready, and it's a club and it's social. After COVID, I think that's been brilliant for me because I live in quite a remote place, and so the sociability is one thing, and the discipline, and the just general feeling a lot stronger and more positive. So that sort of thing. So the deep six.
Okay, so I'll just explain the deep six to anyone that's joined today and doesn't understand. Your deep six are 6 muscles within the pelvic area, and they are adductors and abductors muscles. So they do the turning, the in and out, more than the up and down. So they need to be worked, and it is hard to get into that deep six, but we do a lot of exercises that get in there. So if you think the pelvis is actually a really stabilization of the body, it holds your body up, but it supports your body with your legs as well. It's major. It's like the second brain of the body. So if we can get into those muscles in that area, it is very important. Carolyn, what about you?
Well,
Carolyn Gentle.
yes. Well, when I started coming to postural alignment about 5 years ago, it was because I had an injury at the time, and so it was recommended for helping with that. But actually, since then, I've just come because it's good for me and it makes me more flexible. It makes me feel stronger, like Joy said. It makes me just feel just really, really fit. And so I think that it could be a little bit misleading sometimes if people think it's only about pain relief, because it is so much more than that, which is what everybody else is saying as well, really.
Fabulous. Kate, at this time, put your arms out with your palms on the ground, make fists and just rotate your arms backwards and forwards.
Well, I've been listening to everybody, and every time I think of a question, the other person's already asked it. So, I mean, I'd agree with almost everything, and particularly what Carolyn has just said, actually, because I came because a friend of mine was standing behind me and said, "You're standing lopsided. You ought to go and see Caroline and join this class with me." And I did. And I've noticed that when I look in the mirror now, it hasn't gone completely, but it's a much less lopsided than it was. But having done the exercises for, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 years now, 2 years now it must be, it's that overall feeling that I didn't expect. I sort of expected a bit of help with getting realigned, but the feeling of feeling so much more flexible and stronger and enjoying using my body instead of groaning has been brilliant.
Fabulous. Let me just see. Bill.
Hi. Well, if I was meeting you for the first time and you used the word like ego skew, I would really be curious to know the history of what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's a very strange word, so I'd like to know where it all came from.
No worries.
Because it's postural, I immediately think of Alexander. So I'd want to know similarities, differences between the two. But I like the background knowledge.
Okay, that's really good. I'm looking to see who's on here. Catherine P.
Oh, I think it teaches you to understand your body more, and it helps you to find out where your weaknesses are, and you give strategies to work on those weaker areas that keeps you moving.
Fabulous. Right, put your arms into goalposts, and I just want you to look to one side, have your head on one side, and let those arms drop backwards and forwards.
Can I just say something else that somebody mentioned the last time? Yeah. I think it's really important. Doing the classes over Zoom, you feel because a lot of them are floor-based and you're sort of supporting yourself, and somebody said you can't cheat, you feel very safe. And I think doing exercises at home from a distance, like if you've never met you in person or anything, you can do yourself a hell of a lot of damage, and you just feel you can't do that in this class. You feel very safe.
Thank you, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Look to the other side and exactly the same. Hazel.
Sorry, did you say me?
Yeah.
I would ask, as you well know, because it wasn't very long ago, whether after years of sitting hunched over computers, typewriters, you name it, and lugging heavy laptop bags, whether I could be put straight. Added in, I didn't tell you, having lost half a boob with breast cancer, so I'm lopsided. Could you rectify that? And the answer is yes, you can, because you are.
I love it. I love that. That's so good. Well, I'm not saying I can grow more boobs again and things like that.
No,
I can.
I'm not hanging on to
that. But what we can do is give you more confidence within your body, which is really important.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's lovely. Gay, are you ready?
Nothing interesting. I like listening to everyone else. I get a lot of headaches and migraines, and I'm always surprised how your exercise with the arms over and things relieves it. I'd never have thought of doing anything like that.
Brilliant. Hands together, interlocking those fingers, top finger up. Kathy in Callington, What about you?
I think you should talk about your work with carers.
Over your head and back up, right?
Moment, I thought you were going to say she should talk about her work with cats.
Not really.
Okay, so what would you like me to discuss about what I do with carers?
Well, I think it's important. A lot of people in the WI will be older and they'll be caring for either parents or partners, and how they can actually use Egoscue to support them.
Brilliant. Okay, now I'm looking at all, because I didn't come round my camera, my lot completely. Have I missed it? Oh, Caroline. No, Caroline. You're a newbie to us, so this is only like your third class ever.
Yeah, so I think the things to highlight would be the accessibility of it. Like people have said, the ability to do this from home would make people feel comfortable, hopefully. The fact that you can, if you can't attend every class, it's not a problem. It's something that you can just pick up and, you're not going to feel like you're on the back foot if you don't attend one week or something. I did think of some other things. I mean, like everyone said, I think everybody's kind of covered this all, but I would just highlight the fact that it's very low pressure, very relaxing. It's, a nice way to meet new people.
Fabulous. Liz? Not today.
No, not today.
Okay, no worries. Right, side to side. Thank you, everybody. That is so good, because it's so hard to know exactly what people want to hear from me, because I can get so enthused about a subject and so enthused about something that I come off what it's all about. You get deeper and deeper into what you do and think, oh, I've got to talk about this or talk about that, and you could be just blinding everyone with what you're doing. So it's really good to actually hear from everybody else to what people first meeting me would want to hear about me. Right, I'm just going to take off my
Caroline. Yeah. Before you do, it's Esther. Yeah. I just think that because I found that you really helped me get strong for the surgery. It's not. You don't have to be broken to benefit from what you do, even though I was broken. I don't know if that's making sense.
Yeah.
I was so much stronger coming out of surgery this time than I was the last time, even though I was very fit and riding horses all day and stuff like that. But it was a different type of fitness. And they did sort of remark in the hospital how well I was moving, considering I've literally just had an operation on my leg. So I think, that it's got quite far-ranging benefits, what you do.
Oh.
Fantastic. Esther, I'm so sorry I forgot you.
I know.
I was worrying about you earlier, and I'm so sorry I forgot all about you. But yes, I had another lady who's just had a big stomach operation, and she was in intensive care last week, and she's walking around her garden this week, and she said, I cannot believe I'm in I think she's probably in her 80s, and she is actually recovering so quickly. And she said, I'm sure it's because I've been doing the classes.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
So if any of us get sick, we're going to be all right. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you so much.